So it's a state secret, by the way. When will the REM finally launch? It's so interesting how you ask anyone who's involved in public transit, and they pretty much can't tell you about the day of when the REM will launch. But one thing is very, very clear. They're getting close. The testing of the REM line, by the way, it's in full swing, right? The REM between Brossard and Central Station. But residents who live along the high-frequency train system are already dealing with excessive noise. Mark Trottier is on the Lachine Canal. He says he has an uninterrupted view of the train and is in direct earshot of the noise that the REM makes. Mario is on the line. Hi, Mario.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. I want you to take me to the moment. Tell me the story of the moment where you said to yourself, uh-oh, this is going to be a problem.
They began the test by the winter, so all the windows and the doors were closed, and we were watching when it will pass and open the door to see. It was nice to see the REM. But since 3 or 4 weeks, they are testing as it is supposed to be like every 2 minutes and a half in both directions. And the noise is very heavy when the cars are passing through on the elevated guideway over the canal and along the bridge up to the bridge street, and it's very noisy. So we cannot be outside as usual to read or to talk with people, and we cannot have lunch outside because it's very too noisy, and we have to close the door and close the window all day long because the noise is too much.
Mario, I go to the Costco on Bridge Street. So now every time now in the last couple of weeks where I've gone to that Bridge Street Costco, when I'm in the parking lot, I see the train and I hear it, but it's still from a pretty far distance. Like, just how close is your home to the line?
I am just on the canal near Seminaire. So I am, let's say, maybe 150 meters from the elevated guideway.
Mm-hmm. And Mario, can I ask, is it the noise or the frequency, the fact that it's every 2.5 minutes? That's the bigger issue. Like, if it was the same noise, but it was once an hour, would you be complaining here?
It is both, okay? But let's say that as mitigation, instead to be at each 5 minutes, it will be at each 7 minutes. It's not a mitigation for me. The mitigation would be at each hour, maybe, I don't know. But the best mitigation, of my point of view, is to reduce the speed, because just under the elevated guideway, there's a rail track for Via Rail, and much more heavy cars and locomotives with diesel, and
yes,
they make 10 times less noise than the REM.
Okay, this is interesting. Mario, this is very interesting, right? Because I was thinking, well, there's already trains that pass in that area. So you're saying the REM is louder than the regular trains?
Much, much more.
Wow.
Much more, man. And if 5 years from now you told me that an electric light rail train will make more noise than a diesel heavy train, I would laugh at you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We never thought of that, because in 2015, the government, the city, the population all was agree with the new transportation system for Montreal, for the development of Montreal everywhere. But we never expect that. And if you remember, at the beginning in 2016, the REM was supposed to go underground the canal Peel Bassin. Yes. With an underground station. So, and it was said that it was a commitment with Montreal and Caisse de Dépôt to build an underground station at Bassin Peel. But maybe for sure they saw that it will be very expensive to do that, so they decided to do an elevated guideway. But where is the requirement for the noise? Usually you do an assessment, an environmental assessment, and part of the assessment is, an important part of the assessment must be the noise. So where is, I saw area of Toronto, the Metrolinx, they have consultation with the community where the lines passes, and they build the guidelines to do mitigation, but they have consultation with the people. Mm-hmm. Here, the only consultation that I know that we have is to with the population is to decide the color of the.
I remember that contest. I remember that contest to figure out the color of the line.
And then there's consultation to the comfort inside the voiture, the car. Yeah. So the seats, the view,
the arrangement of the seats,
the quantity of people inside the voiture, and everything, but. They never had a consultation with the neighborhood.
Mario, Mario, just before we run out of time here, I need to ask you this. On this program, we talk about transit every day. We've tried to speak to the REM people so many times, and we've been very unsuccessful. So I wonder about you and your neighbors. Have you had any success speaking to the REM, getting answers from them?
They are very polite. They have a site so that we can send some comments, and they answer with an automatical system that thank you for your concerns. And they said, and we received something last week that they said, of all the people who wrote to the Caisse de dépôt, REM, they wrote back and said, okay, we have put some sonomite measurements on different balcony in the area, and we'll see if mitigation is needed. It is not if, it is needed. And I don't understand why City of Montreal is not backing us, because when they project to do the East Line in Montreal along Notre-Dame and René Lévesque, the population was against. And Montreal said, if it's not underground, we don't allow a REM on elevated gateway. Montreal take decision for that. So why they are not, it's very silent. We try to call the elected people from Montreal, and we have hear nothing from Montreal. So Montreal also should help us on that.
Mario, are you concerned about maybe the value of your home? Are you concerned about whether you'll be able to stay in your home if things proceed as it is right now?
Yes, I am. Montreal developed Griffintown 15 years ago, so we are now maybe up to 15,000 to 20,000 new people. They sold us a new living area along Canal Lachine with a lot of recreational activities, and all of that is now on the balance with the noise that REM is making.
Wow.
Here.
Mario, listen, thanks very much for taking the time for us this morning. We're going to keep track of this, and we're going to keep trying to get the REM people on and trying to get some answers on this. I want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
That's Mario Trottier, lives along the Lachine Canal and is now dealing with the new reality of the REM.